Okay, guys, so you should be getting this worksheet today while I'm gone from the sub. And I just want to make sure I went over at least a few to give you a jump start. And of course, I'll have to make sure the answer key, if I have not done so, will be posted online for you as well. But anyways, here we go. Let's take a look at number 2 here. Now remember that f of x is really a y. So we want the inverse function, which means everything literally goes in reverse order. To do that, I'm going to take the y, make it an x, and wherever I see the x, I'm going to make it a y. Now what? Well, I'm going to solve for this y here, which is actually my inverse of the original y. So I'm going to start by getting rid of this divide 2 by timesing both sides by 2. So I know that 2x equals negative 2 minus the fifth root of 16y, because the 2's here cancel, right? Now, how about we add 2 to both sides? I'll get rid of the minus 2. So I know that 2x plus 2 will equal negative, don't forget the negative here, guys, the fifth root of 16y. Now what? Well, how about we go ahead and get rid of this negative by doing a negative 1 both sides. Now I have to distribute on the left there, right over here. I'm going to distribute. So I hope you agree that I have negative 2x minus 2 equal to the fifth root of 16y, because the negative 1 canceled out the negative. Now, how do we get rid of a fifth root? We use its inverse, which is the 5 power. So now what I'm going to do is the 5 power on both sides. So that means negative 2x minus 2 to the fifth power equals the 5 cancels out the fifth root, and I have 16y. And now all I need to do is divide by 16. And this is my inverse function. Now my answer key may have it slightly different, guys, but I will accept this here, because unless we do some algebra acrobatics here, that is a very good, sufficient answer. Okay? So I'll leave it at that. All right, let's move on to the next one. So here, guys, I will apologize again. I'll have to try to remember to always make these variables x's. So let's pretend they're x's here. Okay, so again, this is my y, and this is my x down here, right? And we're going to switch their places. So x is going to equal the negative of 1 over negative y minus 3 plus the 2. We're going to solve for our y. So I'm going to start by minusing 2 both sides. So x minus 2 will equal negative 1 over negative y minus 3. Let's go ahead and get rid of this negative here by timesing both sides by negative 1. Got to distribute here. So negative x plus 2 will equal 1 over negative y minus 3. Negative 1 cancels out the negative, right? So now, like in a prior video, guys, I'm going to do the reciprocal on both sides, because I notice my y is in the denominator. Unless I want to do some serious acrobatics again, I'm just going to reciprocal both sides. So I'm going to do the reciprocal here. I'm going to do the reciprocal here. So I'm going to have 1 over negative x plus 2 equal to negative y minus 3 over 1, of course. The 1 doesn't matter. I now can add 3 to both sides. So 1 over negative x plus 2 plus 3 equals negative y. 3 minus 3 is 0, right? And I need to get rid of that darn negative again. Let's do a negative one more time. So distributing the negative, I will have negative 1 over negative x plus 2 minus 3 equal to y. Now this y is f inverse of n, and the x, of course, is really an n. So that will be hopefully what the answer key gives you. If not, this is the correct inverse, unless I made some silly mistake, okay? And we'll leave it at that. All right, let's do one more here. So in this one, g of x, remember, is really a y. We're going to switch places. So x is going to equal negative 2 parentheses. This x becomes a y. And now we're going to solve for the y. We're going to start by dividing both sides by negative 2. So negative x over 2 will equal y minus 3 cubed. How do I get rid of a 3 power, a cube? I do the cube root on it. Okay. So on the left here, I have I'm going to come over here, guys. The cube root of negative x over 2 equals y minus 3. Because the cube root will cancel out the cube power. Now what? Well, all we need to do, guys, is add 3 to both sides. So the cube root of negative x over 2 plus 3 equals y. And this y is g inverse of x. Okay? Now, the answer key is going to be a little bit different than what I have here, but this answer will suffice. Okay? We don't have to, again, go through any algebra acrobatics here to change its form at all. But, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that, guys. That'll be fine. And we'll discuss it further in class, perhaps. And if you want to do some of the algebra acrobatics, as I call it, guys, we can do that. And we'll leave it at that. See you in class tomorrow.